For this video, I'm going to do a very quick demonstration in Photoshop about how to make a bitmap negative. So with Photoshop open, you are going to want to go to File and open whatever file you're going to turn into your negative. I'm going to use an old photograph of my grandmother that was already in black and white. And I really like it because it's got some distress on it. It'll make a cool print. So I open that, but even though if your image is in black and white, we need to determine what mode it's in. So up at the top, under Image and under Mode, you'll see this is already as a RGB, which is red, green, blue. CMYK is for printing. We want to discard all color information, so we're going to hit grayscale. And it will ask us if we want to discard color information, which is yes. So now we have it completely in black and white. The next step, we have to invert this to create a negative. So again, go to Image. And this time you're going to go to Adjustments and down to Invert. This flips all of our blacks to white and our whites to black, and our grays are flipped as well. Now, before we can do this as a transparency, we need to consider what image size this is. A lot of times if you take a photo with your camera, it'll be in like the 40-inch by 40-inch or something ridiculous by that range. Don't send me a 40 by 40-inch file. You're going to want to go to image size and check out to make sure that's in the 6 to 10-inch range. So here it's in that range. It's a 6-inch by 6-inch image. That'll be fine. That's what it will actually print out at. Also look at your image size. It's like 4 megabytes. So that's within a range that you can send via email. If I change this to a 10-inch by 10-inch image, you can see that the megabytes go up to around 10. This starts pushing the limit. It can be done. We can put those in a Google Drive. But try to keep it in the 4 to 5 megabyte range. Next, what I'm going to do, this is the conversion part. I go to Mode. I'm going to go to Bitmap. Now, Bitmap has several options that you can use. If you click under the type, there's a halftone screen. I'm just going to show you what this will do. So we'll say OK. Now under a halftone screen, there's different options. Lines per inch, the angle, and you can choose between round, diamond, ellipses, lines. This is what those little particles are going to look like. So I'm going to choose round, and we'll just keep it at about 140 lines per inch and about 45 degrees. You can play around with this to see what you like. As soon as I click OK, what it did was it converted all the grays into little black dots. If I zoom in on this, you can zoom in by going to View in the drop down and choose Zoom In or Zoom Out. I'll do it again. You can do Zoom In, or there's your shortcut listed beside it, which in this case is Command plus to zoom in. So the farther in I go, you should start to see all of those grays have been converted to little black particles. Now this is going to be great when we print out our transparency because it won't print a gray, it'll actually print like a black dot. You'll still get your tonal range, but it's going to be a little bit easier to expose with this process. I'll go back a step. If you ever get stuck, you can go to Edit, Undo, and it'll take you one step back. So now we're back to the gray image, and I'm going to try another bitmap. So in this circumstance, I'm going to choose a diffusion dither. Now a dither is like an algorithm that will randomize the dot pattern. So you can see it's got a little bit more, it's less of this rigid grid, and you can see all of these like little squiggles. So what it's doing is it's taking those grays, blacks, and whites, and it's creating this algorithm that kind of finds a way to produce it. So here on this tear or crease, I get this really interesting sensibility, and also when it transitions from one part to another. That is basically it. Once you get a bitmap done, you can save this as a BMP. That stands for bitmap. Under format, it probably won't let you choose something else, but just make sure that it is listed as a .bmp. I'm going to save this as number 2 since I already saved one. Save that. It'll say OK. Once that is done, that file is ready, and you can send it via email or to the Google document, and I will be able to print your transparency. All right.